Hello and welcome to episode 14 of the AnyGames.ie podcast with myself, Dave.
And me, Gav.
Gav, welcome back. It feels like ages actually, because we did one, like we put out the interview one last Monday.
Yeah.
So we didn't put one out last Friday, and now we're here recording again, but it feels like such a long time in between.
It does. Well, I suppose it is really. It's nearly 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And usually we're on the ball, putting one out every week and recording every Wednesday. But as you said, we had the interview one, so
Yeah. I hope everybody enjoyed that one. Like that, we went full Nelson.
we went full
With episode 13.
Yeah. I have to say, I really enjoyed it. I don't know how you felt, but
Oh, it was great. I listened back to it about 3 or 4 times.
yeah.
And I think I just enjoyed it as much as when I was sitting there listening to you two talking during the podcast.
Yeah. But see, I knew it was obviously a conscious thing that we'd begin the interview with series with somebody I was familiar with and
Yeah.
a club that I'm familiar with, just to make it that bit easier and a bit more comfortable doing it.
Just to ease into it.
Just to ease into the process. So,
And plus, you knew like Nelson would have so much to talk about as well.
yeah, knowing Nelson, I knew he was a chatter.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and the fact that he has his own podcast, he's familiar with it. So it kind of ticked all the boxes
Yeah,
for the first one.
It was a
Definitely.
great episode. I hope everybody enjoyed it. If anybody wants to give us some feedback on it, I'd love to hear from you as well. This is an early shout out to drop some comments in and let us know what you thought.
Yeah, do. And if you haven't already listened to it, do go back and listen to it, because for me, it was the most I enjoyed doing it. It was the most enjoyable episode so far.
Well, for me, it was the best one to listen back to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And from the feedback that I have gotten, it went down really well. You
Yeah,
know, there's
yeah.
people have been stopping me up at the club and
Well,
they've listened to it and they really enjoyed it. So
from a stats perspective, when you look at it, the analytics show it was our second best episode after our first one.
yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, speaking of analytics, Dave, we had the Spotify creators wrap up.
We did. So anybody who knows Spotify knows the wrapped side of it at the end of every year, but we actually got our creators one this year, and a couple of encouraging stats there. I'm gonna shout them out.
Go for it.
Yeah, the first one that stood out to me then was the countries we've reached with the podcast. Ireland being number 1, obviously. Australia number 2. United Kingdom number 3, and then Nigeria is in there at number 4 as well. Which
I'd be interested now to know if that's people using a VPN when they're listening to Spotify.
yeah, you'd probably wonder.
Or
wouldn't you?
whether that is
Someone forgot to turn their VPN off when they were watching some football or whatever on the weekend, you know?
yeah, or some Nigerian soaps.
Yeah.
But if that is you and you're from outside of Ireland, get involved in the comments. Let us know where you're
Thanks for listening as well.
Give it a shout out.
Or maybe you're just on holiday. You never know.
Yeah. Maybe somebody's in Lagos.
But a few more stats from it then. We are the top 10 show for 100 fans. Only fans. Top 5 show for 78 fans. And we are number 1 show for 31 fans. I mean,
Shout out to those 31.
shout out to the 100, to be fair.
Because I did my Spotify Wrapped and it wasn't even my number 1. Now,
No,
in
it
saying
wasn't.
that, I listen,
Yeah,
but I do listen to a lot of podcasts.
You do.
And we only got started in September. So it came in second.
Yeah.
It was only tipped by You Must Be Joking. Shout out to Eric Lawler and Will Awoy. Great podcast.
It was number 3 on my list.
Yeah.
2 Arsenal podcasts ahead of it.
Ah, shock.
Um,
The We Hate Spurs podcast.
well, that's coming. Actually, Raging, I wasn't here. Raging, we didn't do an episode last week. I'm not going to
It
gloat.
wasn't.
I'm not going to gloat now, but Spurs are shit. Our debut season more popular than 90% of other new shows.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a positive one.
We've received more comments than 93% of other shows. I'm guessing that's in like our bracket.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And we've received more shares than 90% of other shows as well. I think that's encouraging. But anyway,
Yeah, we'll take all of those.
yeah.
All positive.
So
Spotify making us feel good on this December evening.
yep, indeed.
We should also know that we have the Arsenal game on in the background.
Yep,
'cause
it's
we're
on
recording
as we're
this on a
talking.
Wednesday night. They're up against Brentford. It's currently the 72nd minute in that game, and Arsenal are 1-0 up.
Brentford are looking dangerous though.
There.
So yeah. But how have you been anyway in the time we've been off?
Yeah, good. Just busy, you know yourself. Bit of decorating around the house, trying to get the place all sorted for Christmas and that. And just working away. The football, obviously, as well. All the training and that's due to wrap up soon. I think we've got a game this weekend, and then we finish up next weekend with the final game on the 14th before we break for Christmas.
Probably enjoy that break from the football for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the kids will as well.
Yeah.
We'll probably have a training session next week with Christmas jumpers and hand out a few selection boxes.
Have a bit of fun with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Myself, I'm fully in the madness of Christmas at the minute. Bogged down with stuff at home, stuff in work. It's just a mad couple of weeks. Actually, probably just as well I didn't get to record this last week because God knows what would have come out. Because it's been a bit hectic. But that's the time of year, isn't it?
It's this time of year as well. Kids are getting sick and
stop.
Bugs are going through the house.
Stop. Our house has just been
as soon as one person gets it.
Yeah, they're done. Our house has been like the quarantine zone. Yeah. You know, but look, that's what happens.
Yeah. Just gives me an excuse to sit in.
I'd rather get sick before Christmas than at Christmas. So
that's very true. Yeah. That's very true. I got COVID twice, and both times it was during the Christmas, one year after the other.
I was lucky enough to get away with it for anything important. I suppose moving on, Gav, I just want to shout out a couple of bits on AnyGames.ie.
Yeah.
The first one there is someone who has posted in the five-a-side section looking for a game of ball to get involved with. He's looking for a game in the Santry or Blanche area. So if anybody listening can give him a dig out, head over there to AnyGames.ie. It's in the Find the Game section, and let him know you can hook him up with a game. His name is Aaron. And then the other one comes from the club section. And this is for my local club, Rattled Harps, who are looking for players for two teams. The first one there being their under 14s DDSL girls team. And they are also looking for boys for their under 12s NDSL team as well. So just to shout that stuff out for AnyGames.ie. And if anybody in the Rattled area or nearby is interested, the details there to contact anybody at Rattled Harps are on the website.
Very good. Thanks for that, Dave. I wanted to mention, actually, we spoke about it in one of the podcasts, probably the last one, actually. Well, not the last one, not the interview one, the one before that. We spoke about doing a Christmas special.
Yes.
So the episode after this will likely be the Christmas special before we wrap up for a bit of a Christmas break.
Yep.
So any listeners, if you've got ideas, what I was thinking was myself and Dave might do a Chris Kindle. And it might only be 10, 15 euro maybe, but we've got to get each other gifts, and it has to be football related, and we have to be as creative as possible, right, Dave?
I like that idea.
Yeah. So that's something that we'll look at. And then one of the things we wanted to speak about was footballers with names that are in Christmas movies.
Yeah.
So
Kevin
McAllister, brother of Alexis.
Yeah.
Anything like that. If this is a good one, I think, for the listeners to get involved in.
Yeah. So if you can think of any footballer names that are out there, that are linked to Christmas movies, we'd love to hear from you. So drop into the comments and let us know.
And any ideas at all for the Christmas special, get in touch and let us know. Yep. And we'll do our best to include them in the Christmas special episode next week.
I think when we put out that Christmas special, we might be on a little hiatus over the holiday period.
Yeah,
maybe a week or so.
Yeah, a week or so. Just to recharge the batteries.
Yep, come back with some new ideas, and we've got some ideas for 2026, and hopefully.
Dave's currently distracted.
Sorry, yeah.
Arsenal were on
the attack there, but I'm trying my best to keep my back turned to the match. But
this has 1-0 to the Arsenal written all over it.
I don't know. Feel like there's a sneaky Brentford goal.
Oh no, rest said play on.
So, anything in the news this week, Gav?
There was one post I seen earlier today, Dave, and I thought you would really enjoy it, right? So it comes from The Athletic. It's based on fans, right, and their happiness, right? The Premier League happiness table.
Okay.
So basically, it's in relation to, let's say, based on your hopes and expectations at the start of the season.
Right. Okay.
To where you are now, and how happy the fans are with where the team are in the table, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get you. Yep.
So at the top of the table is Sunderland, which is
that makes sense. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
They're only up and they're flying. Makes loads of sense. Second, Arsenal.
Yeah, right. That's pretty.
Top of the league, accurate. Looking well. Currently winning 1-0 as we speak. 10 minutes left in that game. 20. Who do you think?
Tottenham.
Tottenham.
Do you know why?
Tottenham.
Do you know why they're that unhappy? Because they've bigger ideas as what they are. So they think they should be up here somewhere, top
Notions.
4, notions, exactly. So they'll never be happy because their team is terrible. They're a terrible football club.
So they'll never meet their
So I'm not surprised.
the fans' expectation.
No, and I'm not surprised to find they're rock bottom of that list. And long may that continue.
Would you be surprised that they're lower, let's say, than Wolves?
No.
No,
They've such notions about themselves as a club that it makes perfect sense to me that they're rock bottom. I'd imagine Liverpool are somewhere down the bottom there.
Yeah, good show. So they're 15th.
15th.
Yeah. The only teams lower than them are Burnley, Leeds, West Ham.
Is this the league table now?
Oh. Maybe just check actually the current score there of the Liverpool game.
It's 0-0. I just checked.
Oh yeah, I have here half time with that one.
Yeah.
We should mention at this stage, Leeds are beating Chelsea.
They're currently winning 2-0.
Forest are beating Wolves. Palace beating Burnley. Villa, that game was 2-2. It's now 4-2 Villa. Villa are on it.
4-2. We
Villa
have
are
them.
flying at the
We
moment.
have them this weekend.
And Ollie Watkins with 2.
Yeah. It worries me that he's finding a bit of form now, and we have to play them this weekend with no
That's a big game.
Gabriel and potentially no Saliba, although I think you had said to me there a few minutes ago off the recording that they expect him back.
Saliba's due back the weekend. He was a potential for this game against Brentford, but they've obviously just given him one more game to recover.
Declan Rice currently receiving treatment.
He'll be alright. I don't know if did you see the overlap fan debate this week?
No.
The Arsenal fan, I'm not too sure what his name is, waxed absolutely lyrical about Declan Rice.
Is this Clive?
Could be the young lad.
No. I know Clive does be on that fan debate sometimes. He's one of my
isn't he?
favourite. Clive is one of my favourite Arsenal pundits.
Yeah.
He speaks so much sense, and his football knowledge is like through the roof.
Yeah.
I really enjoy listening to Clive.
No, this a younger lad, and he was waxing lyrical about how he's on course for a Ballon d'Or this season. Now he was absolutely berated by the rest of the fans, thinking that he was going a step too far. Like he probably is.
It's not the first time I've heard it touted, to be honest.
Yeah,
No.
I just think there's a couple of steps for him to take, and Arsenal have to take for him to
Arsenal have to take the steps.
take the steps.
For him to win a Ballon d'Or, Arsenal have to win the Champions League, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a good show, and they'll need to win the Premier League. They need to get over that hurdle.
Yeah. Otherwise, no. I mean, you're not winning a Ballon d'Or if you come away from your season trophyless, regardless of how good you've been.
Yeah, that's correct. Have you seen anything in the news this week, Dave?
Yeah, actually, something we haven't had a chance to touch on, following on from the Ireland games and stuff like that. Did you see the fact that Ronaldo basically had his suspensions overturned? And
Yeah.
he's not going to miss any of the World Cup now,
Yeah, that is an absolute marketing ploy from FIFA, if you ask me.
isn't it?
I mean, no other player bar Messi would get that treatment.
I don't even think Messi would.
I think Messi would. I
Do you
think
think?
FIFA always want the best players at these tournaments.
Yeah.
They want to draw in the crowd, they want to draw in the audience, TV, everything else, and they know Ronaldo is one of the top two.
At
for
this
that.
at this point, though, I think Ronaldo's draw is more just his name and not so much his ability anymore. I'm not saying it's not still there, but
Yeah, there's
the
hype is bigger than it's ever been, and he's probably performed the least he's ever performed.
yeah, but it's still the big money guy for FIFA, isn't it?
Because up until a year or two ago, he could still make things happen.
Yeah,
He doesn't look like he can do that as much anymore.
Oh, what's he
Probably
doing?
since he's moved to Saudi, he's probably just
it's probably taken a bit off him as well in terms of that sharpness for the competitiveness that he's up against.
he's not playing at the highest level anymore.
No, plus what, 41? Is he 41 now or 40? I don't know.
Yeah, he's thereabouts, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think he's 40, but he might be 41 by the time the World Cup comes around, maybe.
Okay. I mean, he keeps himself in great shape, but that's still going to take a toll at that age, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter how well you look after yourself. He's obviously, you see him even now, he doesn't cover as much ground anyway. I'd be interested to know his distance covered during games these days.
Yeah.
When you consider him like when he was at his peak and he was still playing out wide and he was covering that ground up and down, up and down. and yeah, his game. He's obviously altered his game, and look, happens to the best players. You think of when Paul Scholes dropped deep, when Rooney dropped deep, Giggs, even when he came in
Yeah, it
off
just
the left.
happens to
I
them
know
all.
they're all just United, but they're the first
Yeah,
ones that came to
yeah,
mind.
they're obviously your examples. Yeah, but no, it doesn't really. I suppose it doesn't really come as any big shock that it's been overturned when you put it that way.
No, but the problem will arise if it happens to another player and they don't follow suit.
Well, this is the thing.
If it's somebody who's not a household name, you're kind of going, well, there's precedence here. You did it for Ronaldo. Why aren't you doing it?
What if Troy Parrott gets a red
I
card
think the argument,
in the playoffs? And
I think the argument was, and it was mad because it was like almost they were handing down a prison sentence, and it was like, right, you've got 4 years, 2 years suspended.
yeah.
You know, only because you have no previous convictions.
Someone
because they said something like he's had over 200 games without a red card. So because
that's like saying you've had over 40 years with no murders,
yeah,
and then you murder someone. It's
yeah.
like no, it doesn't count. But it's like someone stepped up and said, lads.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
This is only me first murder.
Yeah.
I promise I won't do it again.
Oh, okay. There you go. Have a lollipop and go home.
Arsenal come on close to a second there. Easy enough save for Kelleher in the end.
Yeah.
We should actually do these live
Probably
commentaries.
should do some live commentaries,
I don't know if anybody would tune in.
Well, we didn't think anybody would tune into the podcast when we started it.
And now here we go.
Here we go.
In the 90 percentile.
90 percentile of
Take that all day.
Gary Barlow.
Take that all day. Gary Barlow was.
Never forget where you're coming from.
Any more quotes there?
No.
I can't think of. I was never a big Take That fan, to be honest. Can't think of any. I know all of the songs.
Been to see them 3 times.
Have you? I've never been to see them.
But that's not like I wouldn't even mind. I'm not a fan, but it's just one of those things. I ended up at Take That concert 3 times.
Oh yeah, I just happened to be on the queue.
The circus with the big elephant was the best one.
Whatever you're into.
Yeah. Oh, Arsenal just got a second. Happy days.
Saka with the goal. Queven Kelleher almost saved it, but that's keep it from going across the line.
That has to be the game there now. 6 minutes left. But yep, happy days. We'll move on from that one.
Yeah.
You don't need to turn around and look at it again.
No, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You're like a meerkat. Yeah,
Saka,
it just keeps popping up to look at it.
Saka, actually, that's probably his first goal in over a year.
No.
I saw something the other day that he's had no goal involvements or something like that in
No, did he only scored there about 2 weeks ago?
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
Who's the Arsenal fan here?
Yeah.
No, I could be wrong, but I'm nearly sure he was on the score sheet. Actually, speaking of people who haven't been scoring and now suddenly have found form, Phil Foden.
Yeah, kind of out of nowhere now, back to form, isn't he?
He's after getting 4 goals in the last 2 games.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to ask you about that. What'd you make of the City game yesterday?
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either, but I just saw that they were like very comfortable, 5-2 up at one point.
Yeah, and then
the game ends 5-4.
5-4.
Just worrying signs there for City, I think.
Do you know what I find? They're getting a couple of players coming into form now, the likes of Foden, and obviously Haaland never dropped off. What I find with them though is they've got a very soft middle. Without Rodri, they can't control games.
It's always been like that for them. If Rodri is out for any length of time, they seem to struggle.
Yeah, like they need a bit of a midfield general, I think, in there. Somebody like a Zuba Mendy.
He would fit in very well there. I think
that's the type of player that they're looking for. He'd be similar in that respect to how Rodri plays, where they just keep the ball going. They take it off the lads at the back.
Suppose though,
get it up the field.
They will be very happy with the fact that they don't seem to be relying as much now on Haaland to pull them through a game.
Yeah. Well, I think he only scored 1 of the 5, did he?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think he might have got the first one. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and then
Brighton are back within a goal at Villa, or in the Villa game.
Was that nearly over as well?
It's nearly over. 4-3, 2 minutes to go.
That's a good one. That would have been. I'll be looking forward to going back and watching the highlights now. That one.
Chelsea still 2-0 down to Leeds as well.
Interesting one. Speaking of that game, what did you make of Arsenal Chelsea last weekend?
Chelsea implemented their game plan very well and brought Arsenal down to, I wouldn't say brought them down to their level because Chelsea are a good side, but Chelsea certainly went into it with a mind to be physical and make it a tough game for Arsenal in that sense. I just think they got overzealous at times, and especially with Casado getting the red card. I don't think Arsenal were at their best.
No.
You know,
And that's going to happen, but what a league winning team needs is to be picking up points when they're not playing well.
Yeah, look, we picked up a point, right? And I think for me, in the context of one game, it's actually a disappointing result to draw at Stamford Bridge against 10 men. But if you zoom out from it a little bit, and if you had said to me 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago that Arsenal are going to play Spurs, Bayern, and Chelsea in the space of a week and they'll win 2 and draw 1, like within the space of 7 days, I think I would have bit your hand off for that, you know. So, in the context of it all, I think it's not the worst point in the world to get for Arsenal.
So Chelsea have got a goal back.
Okay.
Pedro Neto scored there.
Early enough, actually, in that one. There's still a good chunk of time left to play in that one.
There's only 50 minutes gone in that one so far, so that's an interesting one. And if they can make a comeback, that'll be putting them in a very strong position. I'm just looking at the table at the moment. So as it stands, obviously Arsenal remain
5 points clear.
5 points clear. If Chelsea can make a bit of a comeback in that, they'll go joint third. They'll actually go into third on goal difference above Aston Villa, who'll drop back down to fourth.
Yeah.
Now, for me as a United fan, we don't play until tomorrow. But if we win that game, we go up to 24 points, which will put us in fifth.
Who are you playing tomorrow?
We have West Ham at home. That's in Old Trafford. So
it's an interesting game, that one, because West Ham are a bit funny at the minute. They kind of look good, but then they're still down there in that relegation scrap, and they, still dropping points. But they've definitely improved in terms of how they look from the start of the season.
The interesting thing from a United point of view is we went on that bit of a run. I think it was 5 games unbeaten, 3 wins, 2 draws, and then the manner in which we lost to Everton at home as well. That was a tough one to take. Obviously, Everton went down to 10 men, and a bit of a moment of madness. Actually, we didn't even get to discuss that. The sending off for Everton, the 2 own players.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Did you not see that?
No.
That's how we were sent off.
Really?
Yeah, so a bit like Kieran Dyer and Lee Bowyer all them years ago.
Yeah.
Idrissa Gueye it was, who I think he tried to make a clearance or pass the ball back inside. Everything were in their own box at this stage. And it was a miscommunication. Michael Keane didn't think the pass was on. Ball was given away. They gave up an opportunity. Now, United didn't score from it. But obviously there was a bit of it argy-bargy, and they were shouting at each other, getting each other's face, and Idrissa Gueye kind of gave him a small slap in the face.
Okay.
And he got sent off.
I didn't know.
But what I would say is Everton were the better team up until that point anyway.
Yeah.
United just didn't seem to show up. It's just one of them games. Now what I will say, obviously we kind of bounced back the weekend and beat Palace.
Yeah.
Which was something.
I think that's kind of where you are at the minute.
Yeah, very, very consistently inconsistent.
Yeah.
As I've said before.
Just to go back to that red card then, because I didn't actually, I must admit, right, so it's with the time of year and all that, a bit crazy, so
you're not getting all the games in.
Outside of making sure I watch Arsenal, I'm not seeing a whole lot of football the last couple of weeks. But anyway, with that sending off, what does that, where does that leave Idrissa Gueye, and who was the other player?
Michael Keane.
Michael Keane, that's going to be a toxic situation in that dressing room now.
Yeah, now I seen it on, it was one of the sports pages. I don't know whether it was Everton's Instagram or it might have been Sport Bible or one of those. But the two of them had like a mini boxing ring set up in training a couple of days later.
Right, okay.
The two of them kind of pretended to jump in and hit each other, but they didn't. They just hugged it out.
It's definitely
smart, so it could have been just PR,
PR stunt. Everything's okay here, Yeah,
it was something similar. It was funny because a lot of those, the likes of Sport Bible and stuff, were putting stuff up then, and they were showing the old images of Kieran Dyer and Lee Bowyer and stuff when they kicked off, and they were showing all the other times that happened against different players at different clubs. But yeah,
I suppose I just want to talk about Liverpool for a minute.
Yeah.
While we're going through teams here, we're kind of doing it a little bit more loosely this week.
Loosely, yeah. It's not even planned to be less structured. I
think it's just because there's games ongoing as we're talking.
We're trying to keep it a bit as you said, loose.
But I suppose they're 0-0 at the moment with Sunderland at Anfield. You'd have to think Liverpool's title charge is over, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think so, and I think Liverpool fans are probably just holding out hope for top four now at this stage.
Well,
I don't think there's too many Liverpool fans thinking they can make a charge. Now, look, stranger things have happened.
they have, but
They currently sit in 8th. And that's if that game stays as it is.
that's if it stays as it is.
And that's on 22 points when you look at Arsenal, who are actually 11 points ahead of them.
Yeah, I mean that's a big gap to close now at this stage
It's
of the
a big
season.
ask, and Arsenal, that game's over there now. They're after winning 2-0. They don't look like slowing down.
Not really at the moment. I suppose though the gap between where Liverpool are now and the top four, even up to third, is not that big. So
No, as I said, so they've climbed ahead of United. United are on 21, Everton are on 21. United still have to play, so the best they can do, if they get 3 points from that, they'll be on 24 points. So even if Liverpool see how that game's a draw today, you're still only 2 points off
yeah,
top four, top five. So
yeah. So it's
top four is definitely achievable, especially if they find a bit of form. I actually wanted to ask you what you made of Salah being dropped.
it's been coming. It's been coming since the start of the season. I'm just surprised it's taken this long.
I was listening to Jamie Carragher talking about it on the fan debate, and he reckons that it's less tactical in terms of that particular game and more resting him now because of he's getting that bit older.
Is he going to AFCON?
He will be, yeah.
Yeah. Although, I mean, Liverpool fans probably won't miss him too much once he's over there. Like, given the season he's had so far.
Yeah, I think a lot of Liverpool fans were kind of relieved that Slot took a more pragmatic approach in terms of using the players that are in form. The slight tactical change in terms of moving players around, moving Szoboszlai around, and the most important thing was getting a result in the last game.
Yeah, the last game definitely was. Although, I mean, if they don't get a result against Sunderland, although that's not an easy fixture, they're at Anfield.
They'll be happy with, I was going to say Ekatike, but Isak getting off the mark.
Isak finally getting a goal.
Finish.
Yeah. Good for him, because I think that's a player who needed that goal.
Yeah, he would have done. I mean, but the price tag that you go with, a lot of players would say it won't bother them and so on, but
it does. It has to. For a player whose bread and butter is to score goals.
Yeah.
You get into this point of the season, you've scored your first Premier League goal. Is that right?
That's his first one, yeah.
Yeah. It definitely would play on the mind.
First goal for Liverpool.
It's not. I think he
got
got
Premier League when he
got a Carabao Cup goal. I think.
Yeah, it's League Cup.
I think. But yeah, good for him. I think Liverpool fans will be hoping he kicks on. I suppose a question to Liverpool fans then: what does success in your season look like now? For me, looking at Liverpool, I think it needs to be back in the Champions League next season.
That was another thing. They had a bad result. Was it against Feyenoord? Was it? PSV?
PSV.
It was a Dutch team.
PSV. It was PSV, yeah. So, yeah, Liverpool fans, let us know. Drop into the comments and let us know what you see success to be now for you in the season. Do you pick up silverware? Maybe FA Cup, something like that? And top four? Or is it literally just top four?
Also, I wanted to talk about Troy Parrott. So, I think the last proper episode we did outside the interview one
was Talking Parrott.
And he recently had a penalty for AZ Alkmaar. Did you see it?
I saw it, yeah.
The attempt to Panenka.
Yeah.
Didn't go down well.
Well. No. I think did the goalkeeper get in his face and all after that one? I can't remember now. I saw the penalty, but I can't remember the aftermath.
He definitely had a player run over to him. I remember seeing it.
Yeah. Look, happens. Hopefully it's not going to play on his mind.
And just going back through the results here, Dave, because a couple of them have finished up. So the Villa game did finish 4-3.
Yeah, what a game there.
And as we said, Ollie Watkins on the score sheet. I do like Ollie Watkins, so I'm glad to see him.
I like Ollie Watkins.
I do like Villa.
Yeah, I do. I don't like playing them.
No.
They're always a tough game.
Well, the last game I was at Old Trafford was the last game of the season last year, and Villa didn't show up whatsoever.
No.
They had,
and they needed to.
I don't think Rashford played that game for Villa, but Asensio played, and I think he was the only one that showed up. I think
that was essentially a cup final, wasn't it? The winner of that game was in the Champions League. Am I right?
No, well, United wouldn't have made the Champions League
Oh, sorry, no.
because United still had the.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry,
No, sorry, United had already lost the Europa League final to Tottenham the week before,
that's right.
or a couple of days before. So I was actually dreading going to that game, thinking if we lose here today, last game of the season, the
Miserable.
atmosphere is going to be terrible.
Yeah,
But thankfully for us, Villa didn't show up, and they really let an opportunity to get back in the Champions League slip out of
they
hand.
did, and they made a good showing of themselves in the Champions League last year as well. Went out like I think what they got knocked out by Paris Saint-Germain,
PSG,
eventual winners. You know what I
I think
mean?
they were 5-1 down with in that game
Yeah,
over the two legs.
it was
and then
one
they
of
came back.
those. It was one of those spirited defeats. You know, one of those heroic defeats.
They almost come back.
Yeah, Arsenal
Yeah.
have had a whole bunch of them over the years in the Champions League.
You went through a couple of seasons where it seemed like Bayern Munich knocked you out every year,
Every year,
wasn't it?
you know, we go through the first leg 3-0, 4-0. Next of all, we win the next leg 3-0,
Yeah.
and you're gone.
Arjen Robben,
Yeah, Arjen Robben cutting in on his left. You know what I mean?
Thomas Muller.
Many times I've seen it. Many times I've seen it. I just
That was under Pep as well, was it? That was Pep at Bayern Munich at that stage.
I was a few managers.
Few
It was
managers,
just, it was
all
just
the managers.
Yeah,
It was just
yeah,
Bayern.
yeah.
But
But
just looking back through these results as we're talking here, Dave. And again, apologies for our regular listeners who are used to a more structured episode. We are kind of keeping this one loose because there's football ongoing.
we
and
are
we're
as
trying
well.
to
But it's kind
discuss.
of we're kind of testing the waters with it as well, just to see what people think.
Yeah, maybe,
You know,
maybe prefer this
maybe you like this.
freestyle.
Yeah. Again, we don't have much. I suppose you'd say grassroots news this week. I suppose we will say just keep an eye out as well because we do have a couple of other people lined up for interviews. We just have to nail down dates and times and stuff like that and
Yeah,
locations.
It's been difficult kind of coordinating times, as Dave's alluded to there.
It's a difficult time of
It's
year.
a difficult time of year.
You know,
everybody's busy, so
everybody has families and whatever, you know. So it's
so after this episode, we'll finish up with the Christmas special. We'll release an episode early January. We'll get back into it, and there'll be regular weekly episodes.
and we will keep you informed when that's about to happen. So you know, keep an eye on the socials, all of that. Yeah, we're not wrapping up the episode, by the way. This is not the end of episode.
No, it's not.
Socials call, but yeah, I may as well get it in there. You know, follow us across all the socials: Facebook, X, all of them, TikTok. You'll see regular updates there.
We've switched over to the Liverpool Sunderland game, and it's currently 63 minutes in that game.
And Liverpool are on
Struggling
the
to break
attack,
them
I
down.
think, are they?
Yeah, Sunderland currently in a low block.
Maybe it wouldn't be surprised if you see Sunderland come away with something out of that game.
I'm trying to see, is Salah playing?
I don't know. He's not.
Is he not playing?
No, I seen something today on that he wasn't going to be playing. It is Szoboszlai on that side at the moment.
No, Salah's on though.
Is he?
Yeah. He didn't
Oh,
start.
do you
but
know
he's
what
on
it
now.
is? Yeah, yeah. I'm just looking at it there. He came on. Szoboszlai's obviously dropped back into the full-back position.
He doesn't look like he's in the full back position. He looks like he's. I think they're playing.
I don't fucking know what's going on.
He caused that before.
I'm sitting here
So
with me back.
aggressive.
Go with me back to the telly.
No, you picked the wrong seat. I told you to face the telly.
No, no, but I couldn't while Arsenal were playing. I would have been just sitting there letting you speak while I'm watching the match.
Like you did when I was interviewing Nelson.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was a mic issue.
That was a mic issue actually,
I don't know why Mike was there, but
but he caused an issue.
he did. I think it worked out though. We were okay. Listening back to it, it didn't really affect it too much. There was a couple of times where one of us was speaking in the background.
One of us, it was me. I didn't want to stop talking.
Yeah, no, well, there's nothing new there.
No.
Oh my word.
What a strike. Sunderland have just scored. Absolute belter. Anfield has gone quiet. Now, we do have the telly on mute, but I guarantee it wouldn't make a difference.
Yeah, no, I'd imagine Anfield has gone that quiet. What a goal. It looked like going in. It just looked like a strike
Yeah.
from...
Allison was never getting there.
No.
Sunderland. No wonder at the top of the happiness table.
Alison Sunderland.
Oh.
We're not laughing at you, Liverpool fans. Just, you know, if anybody knows me and Gav, you know, we like a good pun. You know
We
what I
do
mean?
love a good pun.
We don't put it in here enough.
It's a wonderful life.
It is a wonderful life. We had some debate over who came up with that some time ago.
I'm going to say it's you, Dave.
How do you think?
Yeah. I'm not going to argue with you.
You didn't say that at the time.
Good high press from Sunderland to create the chance. Oh,
Who put that? Who scored that?
Reich. Did it take a deflection? It looked like it might have taken a deflection. Did it?
Oh, tell me it went off Van
Oh,
Dijk's arse.
It did.
Right off his arse.
The twerker. Oh,
Twerky.
that's all you're going to see all over social media.
Jesus Christ.
But
Twerky Van
he
Dyke strikes
he
again.
does. He belongs in a Beyonce video.
The other thing is, if he stands up to that without twerking, he probably stops that.
But I don't know why he does that, inviting the pressure.
I don't
Keeps
know.
going back and back and back. Just stand him up.
It's almost like he's overrated.
It is. I'm not getting involved in that because Liverpool fans hate me as it is.
Yeah, but I mean, the last time we spoke about the twerking was the last time we had that conversation about him being overrated.
That's true.
You know, and the consensus from us two was
If
that
I was
he is.
if I was to give him some credit, he does make a very good captain in terms of he always comes out post match regardless, and always stands up for the team and always
Oh, look, he's a good leader. I'll give him that.
yeah.
But as a player, I just still think overrated.
If
But
he was in your team, you would like him, but he's one of those players when he's in the opposition team, he's very irritating.
yeah,
It's kind of like I used to always feel like that about Steven Gerrard.
there's a team. There's a team here. Is it Liverpool players?
No, it's not just Liverpool players.
Did you feel like that about Jamie Carragher as well?
No,
No.
he was a nothing player to me.
Right, okay.
He wasn't very memorable. Like Martin Keown.
Oh, even I don't like Martin Keown.
Martin Keown. Like when that time was it was him that got into Van Nistelrooy's face when he missed the penalty, was it?
Yeah, but I did enjoy that. Even though I don't like Martin Keown,
No,
I did enjoy that, to be fair.
No, that irritated me. I have to
Do you
say.
know what the problem with Arsenal for a long time after that, shortly after that period, is that we didn't have a player like that, or we didn't have players like that. Big, horrible bastards who get in someone's face for missing the penalty, you know?
Yeah, that was Talby that scored that goal.
Well, some strike.
It came off the backside of Van Dijk.
Yep.
Van Twerk.
Van Twerky. Sorry, Liverpool fans. We're not laughing at you.
We are.
We are.
Listen, as a United fan, and as most United fans would attest to, we've taken an awful lot of stick off Liverpool fans over the last number of years since they've been good, and we've been nothing but dire since 2013.
This is true. Although you have a chance to jump them now, playing tomorrow night against West Ham. Do you want to have a look at that game?
Yeah, so United are at home, as I said, consistently inconsistent. So difficult to really call this one. I'm hoping, as a United fan, that it's going to be a United win, obviously.
Yeah, big incentive now.
Big incentive, but the big incentive there when we could have beaten Everton as well. I mean,
yeah, true enough.
We could be right up there comfortably in the top four now at this stage, and kind of breaking away from the pack almost.
Yeah, well, I'm just looking at it now, right? So he's around 21 points. With a win tomorrow, if Chelsea don't get a result here now with Leeds, you will be level on points with them.
Level on points, behind on goal difference.
Yeah.
Well, dependent of not they're a good bit ahead. I think we've only +1 and they're +10, I think.
Right. And Sunderland fourth. Can they keep that up?
You'd imagine so. I mean, there's nothing to stop them. I mean, the only thing I would say is, I think I've said it before, that Christmas period where there just seems to be football on every single day.
Some of the teams with smaller squads struggle then.
You might struggle.
Yeah.
I think they have a difficult run. I think they've got City next.
They do have City next.
I think they have Newcastle after that, is it?
Right, okay. Well, I don't care what they do against Newcastle. They can
but
just
that's a big game for them.
Well, that is
a
huge
big game.
And on form, they'd be expecting to win it.
You would imagine so.
Is that
Newcastle? That's at the stadium of like.
Yeah, they'd be expecting to win that one.
I would say so. So we talk about Liverpool kind of being out of the title race, which is probably likely at this stage, especially if this game continues the way it is. Now. But what you'd also say is, and we've said it a couple of times now, look how tight the league is in general. I mean, from let's take Brighton in 7th on 22, all the way down to 14th, Bournemouth on 19 points.
Yeah, it's tight, isn't it?
I mean, there's 3 points separating 7th and 14th. I mean, that's massive.
Yeah, that is crazy. I was going to say something there now, but that lose me train of thought.
No, I don't mean massive in terms of a gap. I mean massive in terms of how tight it is.
How tight the league is, yeah.
And that's where I think that the ones who are going to do well are going to break away over that Christmas period. I think.
Yeah,
I mean that could be huge. You probably have five or six games over the space of sort of 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's very tight.
and you can see, I think Arsenal have an opportunity there to break away. I don't know what their fixture list is like over that period.
I'll have a look there now. So when you look at Arsenal's fixtures, then over the Christmas period, we have our next game. If you want to start with our next game, I know it's not necessarily the Christmas period, but you're looking at that time frame. Aston Villa away this weekend, very tough game. Then we have Club Brugge in the Champions League. Then the next Premier League game after that is at home to Wolves. You'd have to think we will win that. December 20th then is Everton. Then December 23rd, League Cup against Crystal Palace. And then your December 27th is Arsenal at home to Brighton. And then we're Villa again at the end of that as well. So we Villa twice in December. 30th December we are home to Villa.
They both league games?
Both league games, yeah. And coming thick and fast then, because you get Bournemouth, Liverpool, Forest, Inter, Man United. So the games come thick and fast. So it's difficult period of time for any club, I suppose. But like that, the likes of your Arsenals and your Man Cities are going to have the squad depth to deal with that, aren't they?
Yeah. So just going back to this Liverpool game, there's 15 minutes left in normal time. They just put up a stat there, and Liverpool have the third most goals in the final 15 minutes this season.
Yeah, how many of that was early in the season?
Well, a lot of it was, because if you remember the first sort of 7 games that they won,
yeah,
they were nicking wins right at the end.
There was a lot of talk about that actually in the last week or so, about if Liverpool hadn't scored those last gasp winners in the first 3 or 4 games, they're in the shit. Yeah.
They're replicating United Spurs of last year.
Now look, it's like anything we can say, fucking, if I didn't do this or I didn't do that, you know, they did do it. They did get those goals, and they are.
But it is interesting, because when we go back to that time frame at the start of the season, we thought this is scary, because even though Liverpool aren't playing well, they're still winning games.
Yeah.
And we were kind of saying
we were fully expecting Liverpool to
hit form and run away.
Yeah.
With the league. I think everybody, not just Liverpool fans, everybody was thinking, especially with the summer that they had in terms of the signings and the big names that they brought in, that Liverpool were just going to run away with this league.
Yeah, but I think the signing of Isak made everybody afraid of Liverpool.
Yeah,
because we could see what he'd done at Newcastle.
But even Florian Wirtz,
yeah,
I mean, I thought he was going to be unbelievable, and you would argue that their top performers at the moment, any games that I've looked at, was probably Szoboszlai and Gakpo. Of all of them,
yeah, Szoboszlai for me.
I'd say Ekitike, but Ekitike has been compromised in the fact that although he was the man in form, they still put him on the bench. Like Slot still put him on the bench to make way for Isak and Salah.
Yeah, I think that was a massive mistake when you could see that Ekitike was the player in form.
Yeah,
you know, you don't put a striker on the bench when he's in form and he's scoring.
No, but you also can't keep a player who's cost you 150 million on the bench either.
No, but then
that's the dilemma. Yeah.
Is there a bit of courage comes into it though as a manager now?
Yeah, absolutely, and I think he probably showed that.
Do you think
the last 2 games by dropping Salah to begin with? But
do you think of Jose Mourinho? Do you think of Jose Mourinho's afraid to drop like Jose Mourinho back in his Chelsea era is afraid to drop the 150 million signing or whatever he was? I don't think he would be.
No,
or anyone for that matter. I don't think
nobody was bigger
either.
At that time in particular. Nobody was bigger than Jose.
No,
in terms of personality wise,
this is true.
There was no dressing room turning on Jose Mourinho back then.
No.
I was actually thinking of this. I don't know what Chelsea fans agree, but certainly during that time, Drogba was unplayable. He for me,
he was torture for Arsenal.
He for me would be second only to Frank Lampard in terms of the best Chelsea Premier League players for me.
It's funny you say that though, because I have seen some Chelsea fans suggest that he was only a big game player. So other fans have this
that's the player you want.
I know, but like, so for me and you as fans of United, Arsenal, whatever, we have this perception of Drogba being this monster, you know, that destroyed us in every game he played against, especially Arsenal. Loved the goal against Arsenal.
Yeah.
But apparently, no, I don't know. Chelsea fans might correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I've heard Chelsea fans say that he is more highly rated by opposition fans than Chelsea fans. I could be wrong. In saying that. So if there's any Chelsea fans listening, I stand to be corrected.
There was 1 year where I think I was watching. Do you remember the show they used to do the Premier League years? Do you
Yes,
remember that?
I remember that.
They
Yeah,
show you all the highlights
yeah.
from a particular season. It's like reeling in the years
Like
for the
really in the
Premier
years for
League.
Premier League. Yeah, yeah.
And there was one year Chelsea won it, and Drogba was up front. And this particular season, I think he scored 39 goals in all competitions. Could have been more, but it looked as though he almost single-handedly won it for Chelsea the way he was playing. He was just phenomenal in
Yeah.
every game, and such a variety in goals.
I hated the
hold up,
sight of him. Like,
his hold up play, his strength, the way he could just make something happen out of absolutely nothing.
and he was also a dark arts footballer as well. He had that side to his game,
Yeah,
you know. And I quite like that in a player.
yeah,
I quite like when a player has a, I don't want to call it a dirty streak, but more of a clever.
yeah.
You want to call it clever?
Not
Yeah.
not so far in the dark arts as a Suarez,
No, that's
who
not the
takes
dark arts.
chunks out of
That's
people and racially abuses them.
that's a vampire, a racist vampire.
Racist vampire, that's
You know what I mean?
exactly what it
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Um,
That's a step too far.
yeah, I think so. But no, the likes of a Sergio Ramos,
Yeah.
someone like that,
He
someone.
was borderline. He was like somewhere in the middle between a Drogba and a Suarez. I think he was.
Yeah, maybe, but I mean, I always remember
But you'd love to have him in your team.
you'd love to have him in your team. It was wasn't it the Champions League final? He went a step too far.
Florian Wirtz just scored, finally, and that was a great individual goal because the footwork there to take him through. He's had to go about 3 or 4 people there to get that shot away. I think it might have taken a deflection on the way in as well because the keeper seemed to be caught off guard. Be interesting to see the replay now.
Yeah, but there's another one. Good for Liverpool fans to see him on the score sheet now as well.
Yeah, and they're back in the game.
Yeah, 9 minutes of normal time left in that game. So
They're just showing the replay here again. So Szoboszlai putting pressure on the corner, comes back. Florian Wirtz picks it up. Sorry, that was Curtis Jones picked it up. Florian Wirtz, good footwork.
good play from Jones there.
It was good play from Jones. Good feet from Wirtz. Sold the defender there. It did.
Another deflection.
That was going
Another
wide.
deflection. Yeah.
That was going wide. That was a heavy one.
Sorry, that's an own goal.
Oh, imagine if they gave it because it was going wide.
I think that's an own goal. I think the dubious goals panel will.
I know, but do you know what I always think about own goals? Right,
The defender doesn't want
defender
it,
doesn't want it.
and striker
Usually
wants
the
it.
defender, the striker wants it. Just give it to.
Just give it to the striker. Do you know what
Honestly.
I mean? Yeah, I agree with that.
Honestly.
See that dubious goals panel is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
The only exception to that is like, do you know them terrific balls that you play in behind the back line, in between the back line and the goalkeeper, and the defender's running back towards his goal and he taps it in.
Yeah.
Give that as a.
Well, that's an own goal. You can't tell.
That's an own goal.
Yeah.
But the ball's not going anywhere near the goal.
Yeah.
But when a striker gets a shot off like that and it takes a deflection, goes in,
Yeah.
just give it to the striker.
Like does Van
like-
Dijk's arse get the goal
No,
for the first one? You know.
it was a great touch. Fair for some finish. Handball. How was that not given as a handball?
Don't know. Where were we? Sorry. Oh yeah, we were talking about Sergio Ramos, dark arts, all that. I was about to say he took a step too far in the Champions League final when he broke Salah's arm.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe a step too far with that.
Just a little bit step too far with that one, but sure, look.
Oh, the Sunderland fans look a bit dejected.
Yeah. I think they might have to get used to that. They've got another tough game this weekend as well, do you know?
I have to say, the Sunderland manager's doing an unbelievable job, isn't he?
Yeah, some job there. You'd probably nearly tip him for manager of the season, do you know?
He's up there, yeah, absolutely. I have to say, we spoke about Aston Villa a few moments ago, and I have to say the turnaround there, considering how poor their start was, they're now in Champions League places
Yeah,
again.
it was never really going to last, was it? They're too good a team, and Unai Emery's too good a coach.
There was an observation made that they only score crackers because they had something like a 53% of their goals were from outside the box.
Right, okay.
And I think in the same game last weekend, I'm trying to think who scored. I think it was Kamara scored an absolute screamer from outside the box. John McGinn did the same. Mike Cash had one a few weeks ago. And you're just thinking, like, Buendia had a few as well. There was
They're that kind of team, Villa, though, aren't they? Like they do.
they are.
They do give that impression.
They've
Like
got it in the locker, but I think the question was asked of them, is that sustainable? Because a lot of their issues scoring goals in the box was obviously Ollie Watkins wasn't for them.
yeah.
but now he's after getting 2, so maybe that's after kick-starting his season. And
I'm just a bit worried about Villa now because like I said, we're away to them this weekend, and just finding that bit of form.
I have to say, Ballard is a great player off Sunderland. We spoke about him a few weeks ago. He had one of
He
those
had a great game against
unbelievable
Arsenal.
games.
Yeah.
Really solid player.
Is any other game still ongoing at the moment? Oh, Chelsea. 3-1 Leeds. That game's over.
Yeah, that's a disappointment for Chelsea, but I've said it all season. Leeds are one of those teams you just don't know when they're going to show up.
That drags Leeds out of the relegation zone as well until tomorrow night anyway, when West Ham beat United.
Why did you have to say it, Dave? Why did you have to say it? There's no need for it.
No. Well,
so just looking, still kind of keeping an eye on this. There's only a couple of minutes left in normal time of this Liverpool
I think
game.
when we reach full time in these games, we'll have a look ahead to our Premier League weekend then.
We will.
And
let these games wrap up first.
Yeah, we'll kind of know better where we're at then. I'd like, if anybody's listening, actually, I'd like to know what you think of this kind of format, the way we've done this, because we will be coming up to a period of time where there will be midweek games, and we will be recording during games. Would you like us to kind of do episodes like this where we're watching games, and commenting on them as we go? Because we could do it with Champions League, we could do it with like League Cup, whatever games you'll see midweek, or would you rather just we won't do it every week, but it'll just be one of those.
It's a good opportunity to hear from our listeners in terms of if they enjoy this format, because we've spoken about it before. We do want to move to YouTube and to actually record, and once we have our studio set up, we'll actually start
doing video podcasts. And
so if the live commentary is something that you would listen into,
we could do live streams.
We could do live streams on YouTube.
It is something we've discussed already, is doing the live streams, and it is something we plan to do at times. But yeah, we'd like to hear from you. So if you think it's something you're interested in, or if something you'd like to hear from us, then let us know. And let us know what you think of this episode as well, because we're trying something different. So yeah, we're always going to be trying to test the waters with different things on the podcast.
So just checking in, there's 20 seconds left in the Liverpool game. Myself and Dave had a quick coffee break, and still 1-1 at that. And
still 1-1. I think that might be it now, is it?
It's pretty much all Liverpool. Sunderland did have a chance there on the counter attack.
Should have finished it.
He went around the keeper, and I think it was Van Dijk, was it?
No, I don't think it was. Someone, I don't know who it was, to be honest with you, but someone got in the way. But it was pretty poor from the Sunderland player.
Yeah, I always wonder why they feel the need to take it around the goalkeeper instead of just
finishing it. You wonder, is that a confidence thing?
Just taking a quick shot.
Yeah, that's ball out first ball now. I think that's going to be done. Still going to let them go. There must have been something in the last few minutes.
Granit Xhaka is losing his mind as to why the referee hasn't blown the whistle yet. He's playing it purely so.
That man, I want to watch himself. Refs love to give him a red card. Can't get enough of it.
Over the bar.
That'll be that.
Ekatike, the final chance. Referee's blown the whistle.
Yep, game's over. Good comeback, I suppose, to get the draw for Liverpool against a tough Sunderland, but that's a bad result at home, is it?
It is and it isn't. If you look at how well Sunderland are doing at the moment, you would say it's a fair result.
Yeah, maybe so.
Liverpool did have the lion's share of the possession. Just if I'm gauging by eye, I don't know the actual stats, but
Sunderland are making themselves such a difficult team to play for the bigger teams this season.
In fairness, they were 11 men behind the ball there towards the end, and they didn't really look like they were going to give up another opportunity, gilt edge opportunity anyway. But
no,
for Liverpool fans, positive. Florian Wirtz on the scoreline, his first Premier League goal, following on from Isak the weekend. So if they can get them singing off the same hymn sheet, you'd imagine they'll be all right and still on course for a top 4.
So that, I suppose, with that game being over, then with United not playing until tomorrow, which we've already looked at, we look ahead to the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. So
we start the weekend at lunchtime on Saturday with Villa at home to Arsenal.
Difficult fixture for the Arsenal.
Very difficult fixture. I think Villa are going to be confident going into this one. Arsenal with a couple of niggly issues with Gabriel, who Saliba should be back. So hopefully we have at least one of our two main centre half parents coming back. Although I have to say, I have been impressed with Hincapié while he's stepping in. Seems to have a bit of that kind of fight in him that Gabriel would as well. So I'm kind of, I'll be okay if Saliba and Hincapié are there. And then I don't know what kind of team Arsenal will go with this weekend because we're starting to get players back. We've Gyökeres back, Gabriel Jesus on the bench tonight. So
Any update on Havertz?
he is training. He's training, and I think he's very close. But I think he had like a little setback, what they call a little setback. I don't think it's like a recurrence of the injury or anything like that. It's just one of those muscular things that a player who's been out for a long time. I think I don't. He's close. I think he's very close.
Do you want to give a score prediction for that game?
Desmond
2-2. You think
Yeah.
you're going to drop points?
Yeah, they're going to drop points this weekend.
Ever the pessimist, Dave.
Always,
Ever the pessimist.
always. I think no.
It'll be an interesting game. Obviously,
It's a tight game.
yeah.
I,
Villa have found form
Yeah.
of late, and they did manage to hang on this evening. So,
yeah, I think I'm going to go Desmond.
and then onto the 3 o'clock kickoffs, we've got Bournemouth Chelsea.
Good one.
And that's at the Vitality. So,
Good game. Another tough game for Chelsea, and I can see them dropping points here again.
been very hard to call Bournemouth games this year because they came out of the traps flying. I mean, they were on par with what kind of Sunderland are doing.
Yeah, they dropped off though.
Semenyo was unplayable. I think
Very
he's got
early
a
on.
couple of games now without a goal, having really come out of the traps early doors.
I think that when a big team comes in
I'm just looking at the both team forms here. Bournemouth have only picked up 1 point in the last 5 games.
Okay, jeez, that's crazy. I wouldn't have thought that.
Chelsea, in the contrary, that was their first loss in 5 games.
Right.
So, and obviously they got the draw at Arsenal as well, even being down to 10 men. So, I would say you'd have to go with a Chelsea win here.
I'm gonna still say Bournemouth. I'm gonna say an upset.
Convinced you.
No, I'm gonna
Change your mind.
just gonna go with an upset. I think.
Okay, so just to recap then on the first 2 games, I'm going to say Arsenal are going to beat Villa. It's
Okay.
going to be tight though.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Chelsea are going to beat Bournemouth. I can see that being 2-0 maybe. And that brings us on to Everton Forest. Don't at the Hill Dickinson.
I think Everton will win this one. I think they'll have enough at home to beat Forest. Forest, who have looked a little bit better now under Sean Dyche, I think. What was the result this week during the week?
For Forest, they beat.
They beat Wolves.
They beat Wolves, but they lost last weekend to Brighton 2-0.
Okay, so maybe I'm wrong.
They both are identical in terms of form. Everton have 3 wins, a draw, and the loss in the last 5 games. Forest absolutely identical.
Okay, I think Everton at home. I'll give them the win.
Everton win.
Yeah, I think so.
And City Sunderland. We spoke about this earlier. That
Yeah.
Sunderland have a bit of a tough fixture list coming up. They've got Liverpool out
They've
of the
just
way.
come off the back of a tough game tonight, and they
Probably feel like a bit of a loss.
it will do.
Having taken the lead.
It will do. But they're in for more of the same. They're in for more of the same
But
against City.
the top of the happiness table, Dave.
They are top of the happiness table.
Can they keep it going against City? City flying. We spoke about it earlier.
Free scoring at
Soft,
the minute.
soft in the middle, but conceding a lot of goals.
Yeah, but they're scoring a lot.
Yeah.
They're kind of free scoring at the moment. I think they'll have too much for Sunderland.
Well, Sunderland, they defended well tonight. If they can,
Yeah, but you just put that big Viking in there and he causes havoc.
and the farm Foden is in.
Yeah, So I think City will have too much, and I think 2-0, 2-1. Sunderland will get a goal.
I'm gonna back Sunderland to get a draw there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope you're right.
So do I. And moving on to Newcastle, Burnley.
I can only see
That's
it.
St.
So,
James's. I don't actually see Newcastle winning at all.
do you know?
No,
We're not on the same page at all tonight.
but I'm literally going opposites on purpose, Dave. No, I'm not. Burnley haven't won a game in 5.
Okay. So
Newcastle, in comparison, lost in game week 10 and 11. Beat Man City, beat Everton, and then drew at Tottenham. You would say, on form, Burnley are set to lose this game. but it's just one of those games.
Okay. Now, okay, I suppose Newcastle kind of inconsistent. I'll give you that.
I would say Burnley aren't as bad as their form would suggest, as their results have suggested.
Okay. But at St James's Park,
But look at Burnley's fixture list. The last 5 games they played: Arsenal, West Ham, Chelsea, Brentford, Crystal Palace. The majority of them are strong teams.
but so are Newcastle.
But Newcastle
At St James's Park,
they haven't hit form at all. They've struggled this season.
they have. Do you think a draw?
I think a draw. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go to the draw. We'll meet in the middle, Dave.
Well, I'm not. I said Newcastle are going to win
No, Dave, we're going to meet in the middle.
and have a fight over this match. Like, fucking Newcastle are going to win, right?
Fuck on my eye, man.
I don't know. I just feel like Newcastle are going to win, but we'll see.
Your total boat was behind me, fucking back.
I'm blind.
So, yeah, that's in keeping with the I'm a Celebrity talk.
Yeah.
Then London Derby, then we've got Spurs and Brentford. And
Yeah.
that's at the Tottenham Hotspur.
The Golden Cock
Cre-
Stadium.
the creatively named Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah.
What are we saying here? Because I'm going to say Brentford.
Yeah, me too. Because I don't like Spurs.
Of course you are. So we agreed on something, Dave.
Yeah, we did.
Look at us.
No, actually, I do have.
Look at us.
Funny enough, actually, I do have a feeling about Brentford. I was looking at them against us tonight, and they look dangerous at times. And I think Spurs are definitely not as good as Arsenal. And I think Brentford could get something out of that game.
Just looking at the league table, Brentford aren't too far off the mark. It's like they're down as 13th, but we spoke about how close it is between.
Yeah, it's close from what
Sort
was
of
it, fourth down to
so sort of 5th to 14th.
Yeah,
in around that
it's
mark.
close. It is like
There's a 1 game weekend away from being in the top 4, going from 14 to the top 4. Do you know what I mean?
this whole thing could shuffle in one weekend.
Yeah,
and you just don't know.
That's why I keep alluding to that Christmas period, because the games are coming thick and fast.
Yeah,
Everybody's beating everybody at the moment. When we do these Premier League previews for match weeks, it feels like we're constantly going, oh, that's a tough one.
I'd love to go back and see how many we've gotten right.
Well, I know we've gotten a lot right.
Okay,
They
because you're
don't
tracking it for yourself, eh?
because they don't call me Mystic Mac for nothing.
Mystic Mac, yeah.
But
You've gotten some big ones right, I think, over the course of the last few weeks.
yeah, most of them have been me going against City, because everybody was saying, City are back. They're not back.
Yeah, and
They're not back.
you know what, you stuck to your guns on that one,
Yeah.
but they are second, so are they back?
Nope. No.
Actually, you know
After
what?
the Christmas period comes and goes, City are 7 points clear.
You said it to me,
back?
and I've
No.
had people text me listening to the podcast and stuff like that and say they admire my commitment to the hatred of Spurs. It's gone under the radar that you keep saying City aren't back.
But they're not, though. I don't care that they're second.
They're second.
But they're not. When I'm talking about City being back, they're not the dominant City. They're not the fluid City.
Yeah,
They're not the.
fair.
I'm not saying that they're not capable of winning games.
That's fair.
They are. If you remember, we spoke about how heavily reliant, I should say, they were on Haaland. Now they've got a couple of players coming into form. I think the big one I got right was the City-Liverpool game. And I said that's a perfect, ideal game for City to just unleash Doku or Marmouche
Yeah.
at the fullbacks. And Doku ran absolute riot because Salah wasn't getting back. And Conor Bradley was just left isolated. And it got Liverpool completely out of shape.
Yeah.
So I did call that. It wasn't a shock to anyone. I don't think that game went that way. But when I talk about City being back, it's not the City that I think can go on this massive run.
Not that juggernaut City.
Just formidable, and teams have given up as soon as they arrive at the Etihad.
Well, to be fair, they
don't
haven't
have that factor.
So I will give you that. They haven't actually looked like that.
No,
So it's not the same as my hatred for Spurs.
they have
That's
got.
what we're saying.
Yeah, there's not, but there is a bit of a hatred there. Obviously, they're the local rivals. But what I would say is, a lot of City fans would have you believe that City only come good in the second half of the season, and they'll be sitting and ready to pounce as soon as Arsenal slip up.
Yeah,
I don't think they are consistently good enough to do that this time around.
fair
They
enough.
do have previous, I'll grant you that, that's what it's based off. I just don't see them being that strong second half of the season. Could be wrong,
For me,
but I hope I'm right.
I'm not willing to admit that City won't be there. Do you know what I mean? I'm nearly afraid to admit that Arsenal are the favourites. Do you know what I mean? I'm
A good point was made about that on the fan debate in the overlap, where it was like City are now talking about Arsenal slipping up rather than them just hitting form and not even talking about Arsenal.
yeah.
Does that make sense?
I get you. Yeah,
So rather than their focus being on just doing what they do best and having a strong finish to the season, a strong second half of the season, it's almost like their attention is focused more on Arsenal dropping the ball
yeah. I get
rather
you.
than them
Yeah.
just having it in their own hands.
And for me, I'm nearly just waiting for us to drop the ball. Do you know?
But Dave, as long as I've known you, you're a pessimistic football fan. I don't know whether all Arsenal fans are like that, but
I wasn't okay for as long as I've known you. So I started to
2010.
2010. Arsenal were kind of entering into that period of being mediocre. So
You say that, but you were top four every year under Wenger at that
yeah,
stage.
the expectations were higher. We suffered a bit of the Spurs, I suppose, back then. Do you know, probably expected more.
I mean, you just were consistently quarterfinals, Champions League every year.
Yeah,
You just were consistently top four every year, and you were in the process of paying for the Emirates and getting that all sorted.
but look, that was a big thing.
And you were playing great football.
I
You
suppose-
just hadn't got. You were more focused on building the club in its entirety and
Yeah.
being
And to be fair, I don't
financially
think
sound.
we are where we are now, if not for all of that. You know, so to be fair, yes, but it's still, it was tough watching at times. You know, when you're watching A2s against Man United
Yeah,
and
but,
things like
but
that. You know.
they were anomalies. When
There
it-
was a good period of time there where Arsenal could not go away to a top four club and not get hammered. They were getting hammered. They had at least one or two a season where they would let in 5, 6, 8 in games against big teams.
Yeah, but when you played well, you played really well. Like you were one of the nicest brands of football to watch.
Yeah. But I suppose just for me,
Cesc Fabregas, what year did he come? He was later, was he? He was like 2015, 16.
maybe about
Around
that.
that time.
I can't remember exactly now. So I just suppose that period of time is what made me a pessimistic Arsenal fan because I didn't expect.
No, Cesc Fabregas went. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut across you.
No, you're grand.
Cesc Fabregas was at Arsenal first, and then went to
Then went to Barcelona,
and then back to
then
Chelsea.
back to Chelsea.
Yeah.
So maybe it was around the 2010
It would have been the 2010.
time
I'm
period
thinking.
that Fabregas was there.
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah, look, you're right. I'm pessimistic. I suppose at the moment, though, it's less pessimism and more, I don't want to believe it.
It's just a fear factor.
Yeah. You
It's
know,
so close.
so close to being the finished article as a club. And I think
How many games have you got left this side of the new year?
I think it's 5 or 6. I'll tell you
And
now.
so if you pick up maximum
But you just
points-
have about Premier League games.
yeah. So, because I'm just thinking
5 games.
the year that yous were flying out in front,
Hmm.
and then City did make that comeback.
Yeah,
You were 50 points at that stage, weren't you? You were at 50 points.
maybe.
At the
maybe
halfway
you're right.
point.
Yeah, I thought you were saying 50 points clear as well.
No, not
You
50
mad?
points clear, but you were on 50 points
Yeah,
at
yeah,
that time.
probably
I think you were
right, yeah.
about 8 points clear.
Yeah.
And
But that was against the City that we're all talking about.
and you would have said your squad depth wasn't what it is now.
No.
But I'm just curious. How close to that 50 you can get again, and what sort of buffer. Because I'd imagine 50 points would get you a bigger buffer now, if you know what I mean. Because the chasing pack isn't as strong.
This weekend's a big game against Villa.
Yeah.
If we can win this weekend, you're looking at us playing Wolves, Everton, at home to Brighton, and then Villa again. Actually, before the new year.
the big thing with this game in particular is because you're the first team to play this game week.
Yeah, so it's
So
massive.
that lays down a gauntlet. So
Yeah.
what does that put you? 11 points clear if you win before anybody else plays?
No.
No, sorry, 8 points clear. Sorry.
Yeah.
8 points clear if you win. So you're relying then on the other fixtures. We'll go through the other fixtures first.
Yeah, so we have next up anyway. We have
Sorry, we went off on a bit of a tangent there.
we did. So yeah, Brentford are going to be Spurs. Then we have Leeds at home to Liverpool.
That's another Leeds win.
Van Dijk with a arse hat trick.
Arsene Wenger.
Yeah. No, I didn't. Leeds have had their good results for the week.
For the month.
For the month, I think Liverpool will beat them. I think Liverpool.
That's at Ellen Road again.
It is at Ellen Road, but I just feel like
That's a hostile atmosphere for an away team.
the thing there is Leeds aren't going to.
At times, it's a hostile environment for the home team. Never mind that.
Leeds can just be a hostile environment in general, you know.
I've been through there many a time, and it's that train station.
I've actually been to Leeds. It's a good night out. Good night out in
I've
Leeds.
gone out on a night out now. I've flown into Leeds a couple of times going to Manchester.
Right, okay. No, it is a good spot to go for the weekend.
I've flown back out of Leeds and coming back through that train station. You see all sorts. Once it gets past 8 o'clock, it's like they all come out of the shadows.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go Liverpool win. I think Leeds, like I said, they've had their big results for the week, for the month, as you said, and I think Liverpool, after what would be a bad result today, will want to win that game. And I think Leeds, the way Leeds play football, Liverpool will have space to.
Yeah, I think they struggled tonight against Sunderland because they were so well organised defensively that the whole team got in behind the ball. It was a good, strong, low block. So
Leeds won't be the same.
No, when Leeds go forward and lose possession, very easy to counter against. So it'll be an interesting one.
It will.
Interesting if Liverpool lose, because you'd wonder then how long before the call starts coming in for a slot. I've heard Liverpool fans talking about getting Klopp back and everything.
Just funny thing, actually, tonight was their first draw. It was either all or nothing for Liverpool. There were seven wins and I think 6 draws going into six losses going into tonight. So yeah, it will be interesting to see. It won't be long before the slot out. People start coming out if they lose another game.
Obviously, he deserves plenty of grace. I seen Rio Ferdinand put up a post. I think he was calling out Jamie Carragher, and he was kind of saying, why does Slot not get the same treatment as Amorim's been getting for a run of
It's very
bad
fair.
form?
It's very fair because he won the league. That's why.
That's exactly what it is, and I think that buys you time. I mean, if you look at everything Unai Emery has done at Aston Villa, when they were going through their rough patch at the start of the season, plenty of grace there for him.
Someone in work said something to me the other day which I didn't know was a thing. About Liverpool, that they have never sacked a league-winning manager.
Well, they've only won 2 leagues, Premier Leagues.
Well, yes, but no.
Can we just say that again? They've only won 2 Premier Leagues. You have to go way back. Way back.
I'm not going to get it.
I can't say that because it's been
I won't get into it because
12 years since he's won anything.
I'm counting all of Arsenal's what you call it, first division titles as Premier Leagues.
How many of you got first division?
Oh, I can't remember. It's like 12, 13.
What was your glory period in those days?
For me watching Arsenal,
for Arsenal in general as a club.
I don't think they ever had like a.
Like, do you know the way it was like United obviously had the 90s and the
2000s. I don't think Arsenal.
Liverpool had the 80s.
I don't think we ever really had a golden era. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I think
Forest obviously.
Some here and there. I must check that. I should know these things, but there you go.
Call yourself a fan. You've got no fans. We'll move on to Sunday then. The early kickoff on Sunday is
Super Sunday, huh?
Super Sunday. And Brighton against West Ham.
Brighton.
Yeah. I'm not going to argue with you, Dave. Now, a lot of that depends on how West Ham do at Old Trafford.
I suppose if they beat United tomorrow, they'll get spurred on to maybe dig in. I just see Brighton at home as a bit too much for them.
Yeah, and obviously Brighton having a good result this evening.
Yeah,
Well, no, sorry, I say that almost a good result against Villa. I'd like to go back and watch that game just see how
just
close it
see how
was.
close it was. Yeah, probably not as close as the scoreline suggests. Them with Villa taking that 2 goal lead at one point. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna say Brighton will beat West Ham. I can't really base it on much else other than I think Brighton are stronger than them and they're at home.
Yeah, yeah, I would say yeah, Brighton for the win there. Um, the later kick-off then on the Sunday, 4:30, is Fulham Palace.
Hmm.
Another London derby there.
Yeah,
Similar, similar enough sort of run of form.
one
Obviously,
flying a little bit higher than the other, obviously in the league.
yeah,
It feels like a draw.
Desmond.
On the balance of things, it just feels like a draw. Fulham at home, kind of gives them a little bit there, but then Palace are a stronger side, in my opinion. Um, Similar form. I can't call it. I think it's a draw.
Yeah, we'll go draw on that one. And then the last game of the weekend, which seems to be the norm, United are away to Wolves.
To Wolves, that's a United win, isn't
United
it?
have to win that. If
Yeah.
United don't win that,
I mean, have Wolves?
I'm giving
No,
up.
they haven't won a game. They haven't won. They've got 2 draws. No, I can't see it. I can't see it, Gav. It has to be a United win.
Has to be.
Yeah,
Has to be. And
I think that is it for the. That is
that's the weekend.
the weekend.
So just to conclude then, Dave, after this episode will be our Christmas special. And then we will give ourselves a little Christmas break
Yeah.
and go back at it in the new year with some fresh ideas. Obviously, a lot of what we want to do, we want to do more of the interview series. We do have people lined up, but as we said earlier, it's just been difficult. It's a difficult time of year to kind of get people to line up with their schedule and so on and so forth. So we've got a number of them lined up and we'll get them out as soon as we can in the new year. And we're also working towards making that transition to adding YouTube to where
Yeah, that is coming. It's just going to take us a bit of time, and we're comfortable enough with the audio at the moment, but we do want to make that video transition. So we hopefully maybe at some point in 2026 you'll see that,
yeah,
or you might see elements of that come in. Maybe not every week, but yeah, it's in the pipeline. It is something we want to do.
and as that comes, we'd also, as we spoke about earlier, like your feedback, just in terms of the live content. So obviously it's live for us at the moment. We've been looking at games here as we've been recording. Is that something that you would like to see? Is that something that you would tune into? You can let us know. We'll also plan on kind of clipping that up and putting out YouTube shorts as well to go with that.
And again, as always, we want to make this podcast about the people listening to it as well. And we'd love to get your involvement here. Get involved with the comments, ask us questions, give us topics that you want us to cover on the podcast, be it Premier League, grassroots issues, if there's something going on at your club that you'd like us to talk about. Get in touch with us, let us know, and we'll discuss it on here. Or better yet, if you want to come on and talk to us, let us know. We can arrange that as part of our interview series as well. Do you know what I mean? Or anything. Send us in a voice note. Get your voice on the podcast that way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know how we can actually go about that yet, but we will be setting up things.
Yeah, we'll figure that out as we go along. And I'd say the last thing that we would like to do in the new year as well, just to expand on everything we've just said, is actually get out to games, get out to finals, get out to clubs, get out to the 5-a-sides and 7-a-sides and speak to the people behind it. That'll kind of tie in with
the video stuff.
Yeah. So if it's a case that game has been set up, let's say through our AnyGames platform on the website, if people have found friends, found games, joined teams, got involved with clubs as part of the backroom staff, whatever it might be, we'd like to get out and talk to these people. So if the AnyGames platform has been useful to you, do let us know. And if it's something that you'd like to discuss with us and, discuss your experience using the site and using the service, do let us know. And yeah, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. Definitely. I suppose that's the good place to leave it then, Gav, is it?
Yeah, I want to have a listen to what Arnie Slot's excuse is this week.
Fair enough. I'll just close off with all the usual. You know, if you've been listening, hit that notification bell on Spotify, YouTube to keep up to date with all the latest episodes. Drop comments into the episodes as you see them as well, because it does help us on the algorithm. It helps more people see the podcast. It pushes us up there and it gets us noticed. And yeah, follow us across all the usual social platforms. You'll find us under some sort of iteration of AnyGames.ie, AnyGames.ie across Facebook, X, TikTok, YouTube, all that sort of social media platform thing. So
Couldn't have said it better myself.
couldn't have said it better yourself, Gav. Yeah, so I think I'll leave it there. So thanks for listening, everybody.
Long call. Bye. Bye.